DJ Academiks is no doubt one of the biggest hip-hop media personalities in the last 5 years, known as the go-to platform for anything regarding hip-hop. Recently, Academiks managed to hit a new high when he became the main source of breaking news when it came to the Drake and Kendrick beef. Not only did Academiks debut Drake's diss song on his live stream, but he also received a shout out from Drake and even a diss from Kendrick. This put Academiks in front of more people than ever before, as people who had never heard of him were now hearing his name for the first time from the two biggest rappers in the world. This put Academiks on top of the world, but this wouldn't last very long, as a couple days after these massive shoutouts, Academiks would be accused of something that could end his career forever. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos every other day exposing the truth. In today's episode, we will be talking about DJ Academiks' recent allegations. But before we begin, I just wanted to let my patrons know a new video is dropping later tonight. This video is about the plane manufacturers Boeing and the mysterious passing of the whistleblowers who are trying to expose them for their unsafe planes. So if you're a Patreon member, make sure you check it out after this one. Thank you all. Now let's get right into it. This year hasn't been good to those with secrets in the entertainment industry. It seems like everyone in the industry is all of a sudden being exposed. This year alone, hip-hop took some big hits to its reputation when Diddy was exposed for a bunch of disturbing behavior, and then Drake was called out for liking them young. Two massive figures in hip-hop who are running the industry are now being seen as monsters. Things like this have started shifting the perception of hip-hop and the entertainment industry. People are now asking questions about what's going on behind the scenes in the industry. And as we have seen this year, it's a lot of disturbing activities that they don't want us to see. But like the old saying says, the truth will always come to the light. This seems to be what's happening to DJ Academiks right now. Most of you should know who DJ Academiks is, but for those who don't, he is a hip-hop media personality that started his media career as a YouTuber covering breaking hip-hop news. Back in the 2010s, Academiks gained a reputation for being first with breaking hip-hop news. He then went on to create a separate channel called The War in Chirac, where he covered the gritty and violent emerging drill scene in Chicago. Academiks was one of the first to cover the Chicago drill scene, even though nowadays he is criticized for covering the violence in such a satire way. Academiks will then end up working at Complex for the Everyday Struggle show, which helped launch his mainstream career. He became even bigger when he was recruited by 10K Projects to help market 6ix9ine's career before he took off. Academiks then helped make 6ix9ine a star and used 6ix9ine to further build his name in the music industry. Since then, Academiks has gained a reputation as a controversial personality who is willing to go off on any rapper in the industry. This has made many people in the industry dislike Ak. Recently, he seemed to score a major win by getting shoutouts from two major rappers and being the main figure covering the beef between Drake and Kendrick. This made his platform explode in popularity. People who had never heard of Academiks were now watching his live streams, checking out what he had to say. At one point, Academiks had over 60,000 people watching him break down the rap beef live. This was a massive level up for Academiks, and you can see he was enjoying every second of it. Unfortunately for Academiks, this newfound audience would end up quickly turning on him after he was accused of doing the unthinkable. 3 days ago, news and media sites started reporting that DJ Academiks was being sued by a woman who claims he and his friends R-worded her one night at his home. A woman by the name of Fawzia Abishi has come out and made some horrible allegations against Academiks and his friends, claiming that on July 16, 2022, she was invited to hang out with Academiks at his New Jersey home. She claims that when she arrived at Academiks' home, she was met by two of Academiks' friends. This is when she claims, according to the lawsuit, that those friends snuck an unknown substance into her drink and sedated her. She then claims that she would eventually lose consciousness and that both of Academiks' friends took advantage of her, R-wording her on his pool deck. She then states that around 4 a.m. in the morning, she woke up to Academiks trying to R-word her himself. She alleges that Academiks forced her legs open and began R-wording her. The woman claims that she begged Academiks to stop, but she alleges he wouldn't stop. The next day, the woman claims she couldn't remember what happened the night before. She claims that Academiks will show her surveillance footage of his pool deck showing her engaging with both men. She claims that in the footage, her body looks lifeless, which didn't sit well with her. After this, she claims Academiks told her to get tested, which to her suggests this was Academiks admitting to have hooked up with her. When the situation was over, she went to the police who instructed her to get an R-word kit. According to the victim, she claims that the kit came back positive of traces of Academiks fluids inside of her. This allowed the police to get a search warrant for Academiks' home to find evidence and to retrieve the footage from the incident. According to the woman, This is when Academiks attempted to destroy evidence of the alleged incident, trying to erase any evidence of what Academiks and his friends had did. According to the victim, she claims that she chose to spare Academiks at the end, choosing not to press charges on him for his crimes.
I look crazy right now, but I'm not going to stand here and let this man continue to lie about me. That's not what happened, Academiks. You know that that's not what happened. And for you to pretend that you didn't do anything, that I just went to your house and I'm just some thought, like we didn't know each other for 2 years. You tried to save yourself after your friends assaulted me. Whether or not you got drunk or not, I know that when you woke up, you were on top of me too. And you know what? I'm gonna come back with my own story. This what you wanted, you're about to get it. I've been quiet for way too long.
Now, I have to say, if these allegations are true, not only does Academiks deserve to lose his channel and influence, but also he deserves to rot in a prison cell. If Academiks is out here sedating and R-wording women he invites to his home, he does not deserve to be free in the real world. We have seen so many people in the industry engage in this disturbing behavior. These men in the industry have access to plenty of women, but they still choose to force women into doing things against their will. If these allegations are true, then it might just be over for Academiks. But I must say that some parts of this story seem off, especially after I've seen some people spreading blatant misinformation about this situation. You guys know me well. I am about finding the truth, and usually when celebrities get accused of doing things like this, my investigation usually suggests that they are guilty. This time, from the information presented and what people are passing as info about what happened, made me question the situation a bit more. There have been many YouTubers online claiming that this video is footage of Academiks R-wording this woman. The footage shows Academiks' empty room, while a woman's screams could be heard in the background. People have been spreading this footage around, claiming that this is Academiks R-wording the woman who is currently suing him. After my investigation, I discovered that this is completely false news, and the footage is from a completely different situation that happened over a year later. I know this because this footage was from a live stream that happened earlier this year, while the alleged assault happened in 2022. So this footage is not of the victim being R-worded like YouTubers are claiming. Those people are just spreading fake news. Now, according to Academiks, this footage is of a situation that happened to him between him and his ex, which was a separate woman. According to Ak, the woman screaming wasn't being R-worded, but was just mad at Academiks and causing a scene at his house. While I don't know if this is true or not, I will say it makes more sense than Academiks taking a break from his live stream to R-word a woman while leaving the live stream on. That's just ridiculous to even consider. If we listen to Academiks, he has a complete different story from the victim. According to Ak, he did invite this woman to his home to hang out, but he fell asleep by the time she arrived. He claims that when she arrived, she started hanging out with his two friends that were chilling at his house at the time. Ak then claims that after they partied and drank for a bit, they began to get intimate outside his home on the pool deck. He then claims he woke up the next day and found the woman clothless laying in one of his bedrooms. So he decided to check his surveillance footage to see what happened last night. While checking the footage, he discovered that she had hooked up with both men, which offended Academiks, who claimed to have had feelings for this woman. Ak claims that he then confronted the woman about what he saw in the footage and that she got offended. Afterwards, the woman asked to see the footage and Ak showed it to her. This is when Akademiks states he started giving her the cold shoulder, which made the woman feel bad. Not long after, she left his house, and this is when Akademiks claims that she called them and told them she believed she was R-worded and wanted to get legal help. According to Ak, when the police arrived at his home, he cooperated with the police and turned in everything the police asked for, including the footage. Akademiks then claims that the police, not the woman, dropped the investigation because the footage did not support the woman's claims. Now, just like the victim's claims, Akademiks' story seems to have some holes in it as well. As why did he decide to check the surveillance footage out of nowhere? Also, he didn't explain how his fluids ended up inside of her if he didn't do nothing with her.
No happened that night, and I brought it to her attention like, yo, bro, I think you should go get tested. Like, see what I seen on the camera, like, yo, you gotta get tested. Bro, how you think you about to hold that against me? Oh, but I get it. Like, she's now looking at what everybody got going on. Oh, if people hear something about sexual assault, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, they raided my crib because something happened in my house in a mansion, and I used to invite mad people over. I invite nobody over now. I'm sorry. This is why when I meet y'all regular random people, oh, let's go to your house. Let's not. I've learned my lesson. I used to be in my crib, like in the pool, doing all type of my house. I used to look at my house as a bachelor pad. I used to, I can't invite people over no more. And even like friends and families, like if I'm not there, I don't want y'all there, respectfully. So that's what she thinks she got against me. Cool. So I got that story out of the way. Hold on. That's the thing she thought was like this big thing. Hey, we're going to say that the police raided your crib when you were asleep and a girl claims she got R-worded in your crib. Come on, bro. And chat, like, I know y'all going to say that. I ain't gonna lie, like, I don't even want to get into the homies conversation, bro. Like, bro, let's deal with one situation at a time, bro. Like, I'm just telling you what happened. It's just so shocking that Shorty just thought that she could hold this over my head. Like, but like, why do you think that I wouldn't, like, the only reason I never told it, because I paid $100,000 to a lawyer to handle this situation. That an accusation, because at first they were like, the cops was like, we don't know what happened. I'm telling the cops, it ain't got nothing to do with me. My crib. And they're like, well, it's your crib. They're bringing up all type of issues. Why didn't you ask you for the security tape? Why didn't you give it to her? And I said, I'm talking to the interrogation. I said, you kidding me? You think that I didn't know what happened? She's give me the video of me and your friends. Or she's telling me, explain to me what happened at this part with our friends. You think I want to sit there like, oh, no, yeah, you cocked your back up right here. Oh, nah, you were bopping your head right now. I told her, no, and I ain't trying. But when the cops seen that, the cops said, oh, Ak is hiding evidence. Anyway, so that's really the biggest thing. And, you know what I mean? Monkey off my back, whatever y'all want to say about it. You know, let's establish facts. There was nobody ever charged. Ever.
What didn't make sense to me on the victim's side is that she claims that she dropped the charges. But looking it up in New Jersey, you can't drop R-word charges as it's up to the district attorney to make that decision. The fact that Akademiks wasn't charged after the police started investigating might suggest that he is innocent, but I'm not sure. I can't really 100% believe either of these two sides. I don't know who is lying or telling the truth. What I do find interesting is that the woman suing Akademiks is being represented by the same lawyer that is handling the Little Rod lawsuit. A lawyer that Akademiks has criticized in the past and made claims that he was making up lawsuits for money.
Looked at all these cases where a lot didn't smell right. I came up with one common denominator. One. All of the cases and all of these situations seems like plays ran by a lawyer who seems to be very crooked, an ambulance chaser, and nothing more than the hip-hop Benjamin Crump. He's like Gloria Allred. Actually, not Benjamin Crump, because actually, my bad with Benjamin. Gloria Allred, the black version. Just ambulance chasing.
This lawsuit came after Akademiks made these allegations against him, which makes me think either one of two things took place. Either the lawyer is after Akademiks because he made those claims about him, or Akademiks is after the lawyer because the lawyer had previously reached out to settle this case out of court. Either way, I believe there's more to this story that we're not being told. As for the victim, I hope she gets justice if those crimes really happened to her. But if she's lying, then she's the criminal and she should be held accountable. I do not put nothing past anyone in the industry though, so I wouldn't be surprised if Akademiks is really guilty. As what we're seeing for many other celebrities prove, these people are just operating in a different world. Well, I'm gonna end this one here, but before you guys go, I just wanted to politely ask you to like, comment, and share this video so that it'll be recommended to others. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.